Students, uh, we are resuming our discussion of uncertainty, the chapter 2. There are certain rules for calculating uncertainty in the final answer if we have made several measurements and then we use those measurements to calculate a quantity which is a product of certain other quantities, and there is a certain formula given for it. So we need to learn those rules before we attempt a few questions. Rule number 1 and 2 are already discussed with you. Rule number 1 is that whenever you measure something, you report the actual or absolute uncertainty in that measurement. For example, if you have measured something using a meter rule, its uncertainty, it is written in this manner. Let's say this is 0.2 and this is in centimeters. That means you are reporting that this is the doubt in the scale that you have used for making this measurement, and typically 0.2 centimeter is the amount of uncertainty or the doubt which is known as the absolute or actual uncertainty in this measurement that we made with the meter rule. The second rule was that whenever you add two measurements, let's say you measure two lengths, one is 25 centimeter, other is 20, and then you minus 20 from 25, the answer will be 5, but the uncertainty will become doubled. This I discussed in the last lecture, that actual uncertainties add up when you add or subtract two measurements. So actual uncertainties, actual or absolute uncertainties add when we add or subtract two measurements or two measured values. Let me write it here. Two measured values, which could be two lengths, which could be two masses, and then we need to add them. We need to take the difference of them. So any two measurements could be added or subtracted, but we carefully add their actual uncertainties. So if it is made with the same instrument, it simply gets doubled. Number 3 rule is that often there is a product or quotient of two quantities, like resistance is measured in terms of voltage and current. This is known as quotient of V and I. But sometimes V and I are used to calculate the power dissipated. P is equal to V into I. Similarly, a quantity density, which is written in this way, this is rho, the Greek letter rho. This is mass over volume, so M over V. That means if I know the value of voltage and current, I can calculate the resistance from them. But the question is, what will be the amount of uncertainty in the value of resistance? Naturally, the uncertainty in the value of resistance will clearly depend on the uncertainties in the values of V and I. Maybe this contributes more to that uncertainty than I, but there will be some contribution of both, and there is a certain rule that we use to add them. We don't simply add them like this, but there is some addition, but slightly different way of adding them. Similarly, if I have the value of V and I, and I am required to calculate the power dissipated along with the uncertainty involved, again there will be a certain rule. For all these formulas, we have the same rule. The point is whether there are two quantities dividing or two quantities in the form of a product or a quotient in this manner, we have the same rule, and the rule is that we add their fractional uncertainties or percentage uncertainties. So we have another definition here, and let me quickly define that first, and then I'll come back to the rule again. Actual uncertainty was actual, when I wrote 25.0 plus minus 0.2, this was the actual uncertainty. Actual uncertainty. If I divide actual uncertainty 0.2 divided by the measured value 25.0, of course both in the same units, the answer is whatever the number is known as fractional uncertainty. Fractional uncertainty. And if I express it in the form of percentage, then of course I write it in this manner, and this is known as percentage. This is known as percentage uncertainty. Percentage uncertainty. So we have three types of uncertainties simply. When I say uncertainty, I mean this, actual uncertainty. And whenever I have to mention fractional or percentage, I use the full name of them. By simply referring to it as uncertainty, I always mean absolute or actual uncertainty. But often we need to calculate fractional or percentage uncertainty. So for all those situations in which we are using two or more than two measurements, and we put them in a formula which is a product or quotient of those quantities to calculate another quantity, then we use fractional or percentage uncertainties. Let me come back to the same formula. Let's say it is power, which is the product of voltage and current. So for a situation like this, the rule is in order to calculate the uncertainty in it, we first calculate the fractional uncertainties of these two quantities and add them. So there is a formula for a situation like this. We write it in this manner: delta P, which is the actual uncertainty in P, divided by P, which is the measured value of P. This will be considered equal to the actual uncertainties in V. It could be written in this way: divided by the measured value of V, which could be a number like 25, plus for current, it is actual uncertainty in current divided by the measured value of current. So this is the formula for a situation like this. That means if I have these two values now, let me give you a small example before I move on to the last rule. Let's say voltage is given in the form of volts as units, volts. This is 5 volts with an uncertainty of 0.1 volt. And suppose current is given in milliamperes. Suppose this is 200 plus minus 1 milliampere. So the two values are given. We know voltage, we know current. Now we can find out the value of delta P over P, which is the fractional uncertainty, if I use all these values here on the right hand side. I will write 0.1 in the place of delta V, because this is the actual uncertainties in V, and 5 in place of V. So this will be 0.1 divided by 5 plus 1 divided by 200. No need to convert this into amperes because milliampere is with both. So if you change this, this will also be changed. So it doesn't make any difference. So no need to change units if it is in milliamperes or microamperes. You use these numbers as it is. You simplify this all. When you simplify this, you use these two measured values to calculate the value of P, which you can use here. So delta P will be simply equal to what you get here, 0.1 over 5 plus 1 over 200 multiplied by 5 into 200 into 10 raised to the minus 3. When you calculate the value of P in SI units, then you have to convert this into SI units. So for this P, which goes on this side, this will become 5 into 200 milliamperes, which means 200 into 10 raised to the minus 3. So this number is the uncertainty in the final value of the power dissipated. I quickly repeat this before I go on to move on to the second rule. After this, the last one. Delta P over P is the fractional uncertainties in the power. I do not know the value of delta P, but I can calculate P from the values given in the question. V is given along with its uncertainty, and current is given with its uncertainty. So fractional uncertainty in P should be equal to fractional uncertainties in V plus fractional uncertainty in I. So I use these numbers here and then work out the uncertainty in the value of power. So now I know what is the value of P because I know this number, and I know the uncertainty in P, that means delta P. Delta is the abbreviation or the symbol. Instead of writing actual or absolute uncertainties again and again, we simply write delta. So delta P simply means the uncertainty in the value of P. So this is the rule for product or quotient of two quantities, and this is just a simple example of it. The same rule is applied in another way, and that is the addition of percentage uncertainties instead of fractional. So we can also add, in place of rule number 3, we can write, we can also write the same rule in terms of percentage uncertainties. Percentage uncertainties. For example, for P is equal to V into I, or for R is equal to V over I, delta P over P into 100 should be taken equal to delta V over V into 100 plus delta I over I into 100. That means instead of fractional uncertainties, I'm using percentage uncertainties in each quantity. So percentage uncertainty of power should be equal to percentage uncertainty of V plus percentage uncertainty of I. Similarly, delta R over R into 100 is equal to delta V over V into 100 plus delta I over I into 100. So you see, right hand side remains exactly the same, even though in one way, in one situation, it is the product of V and I, and in another situation, it is the quotient of V and I. So percentage uncertainties simply add. Whatever way we have in the formula, there is one small thing that will add to it, and that is the next rule. And with that, our discussion of uncertainties will complete, and then we'll move on to a few questions for practice. So I need to write question number 4. Let me write it here above rule number 3. The rule number 4, which is the last rule, is sometimes a quantity appears as a product or quotient of two other quantities, but there is an index involved in it. For example, power is sometimes expressed as I square R. Or volume is sometimes, volume of a cylinder, for example, is expressed as pi R square L, which could be further expressed as pi d square over 4 into L. So same formulas. So sometimes a quantity which we want to calculate depends on two other quantities which we have measured. In this situation, we have measured current first. I know the value of current. I know the uncertainty in it. Similarly, I know resistance. It is given in the question. And we have also been given the uncertainty in it. So how do I calculate the value of power dissipated now and the uncertainty in its value? Again, we can add fractional or percentage uncertainties in this case, but there will be a slight change now, and that is we use this index, this power, we multiply this number by the fractional or percentage uncertainties of this quantity. For example, for this situation, it will become delta P over P is equal to 2 times delta I over I plus delta R over R. For this situation, it will be delta V over V is equal to, you will ignore this number pi because this is just a number, no units, and no uncertainties given. So no need to consider this while calculating the uncertainties. But definitely, in order to measure volume, you will measure the radius or the diameter. So in both of these two cases, you see if radius is given, it's better you write delta R over R, but this 2 will be multiplied here, plus delta L over L. And if diameter is given, nothing will change. Simply delta V over V will be 2 delta D over D plus delta L over L. Although this number will be calculated using the value of radius, and here the value of V will be calculated using the diameter here. But here the arrangement, the formula at least appears very similar. instead of delta R here, and instead of R here, you write delta D over D, because it is the diameter which is given in the question. Its value is given, its uncertainty is given. So although it's a similar technique, but you will take care of which quantity is given, so you use that quantity along with the uncertainty in it. So last rule is that whenever there is a power or index appears in the product or quotient of a formula, we again add the percentage or fractional uncertainties, but before we add them, we multiply the fractional or percentage uncertainty by the power that appears on that quantity. So we multiply the fractional or percentage uncertainties, percentage uncertainty we multiply the fractional or percentage uncertainty by the power of that quantity before adding to the other fractional or percentage uncertainties, before adding to the other fractional or percentage uncertainties. So before I add this delta I over I to delta R over R, I have multiplied it by 2. By 2 because it has appeared as power of I. If this power instead of here was on this, let's say there is another formula for power and this is V square over R. This time it is voltage and this is resistance. So how will you write the formula for this? In terms of percentage, let's say delta P over P into 100 is equal to 2 times delta V over V into 100 plus delta R over R into 100. That means percentage uncertainty in the value of power is equal to 2 times the percentage uncertainty in V plus the percentage uncertainties in the value of resistance. So if the value of voltage and resistance are given, we simply calculate their percentage uncertainties first. This is written as it is, no need to change, but this percentage uncertainty is what this is how we calculate it. For example, if percentage uncertainties of the voltage is to be calculated, we quickly write the uncertainty in voltage divided by the measured value of voltage, which could be 5 or 6 or 7. It could be 0.1 or 0.2. We multiply by 100 and we get that number. So we multiply that number by 2 before adding it to the percentage uncertainty of R. So we add these two. The answer is the total percentage uncertainty in P. That means whatever we get on this side is delta P over P into 100. And when I want to calculate the uncertainty from this formula, I will first divide the number on the right hand side by 100 and then multiply it by P. And P of course can be calculated using this formula from the values of V and R given in the question. So this is all from the point of view of discussion today. Of course, there are many questions for uncertainties. I'm going to share some very, very simple questions that you can attempt on your own. In the next lesson, I'll discuss some of them. I mean, tomorrow we have a class. I'll discuss some of them, and whatever doubt we have in these rules will be discussed thoroughly. And then we have a few more questions, and then we move on to the next topic. Thank you for today.